This week on NinteNDomain, the SNES classics are out, and we got the $200 one that came with, like, giant overalls and lasagna. So be envious of us.
And I bought the Magician Lore download with extra Chipotle Ranch.
Welcome to NinteNDomain, episode 84. We're your hosts. I'm Trey. My Switch is broken, Johnson.
And I'm Jeremy. My Super Game Boy is touchy, Mikowski.
A little touchy.
A little touchy.
Don't try to pull it out. This is not good. It'll freeze.
Just don't touch it at all while you're playing it.
Yeah. Do you remember that time that your Game Boy Advance freaked out and started playing that really cool club song on Super Mario World? Do you remember that?
Actually, coincidentally, if you look at my newest YouTube video I made with my intro, like at the very beginning when I'm like kind of goofing around with the solar glasses,
yeah,
that's what that sound is. It's not from that game, and it's not as cool of a thing, but it's the exact same thing. It's the Game Boy Advance glitching out because I like bumped the cartridge while
okay. Yeah,
I was playing it, and it started like making that weird repetitive glitchy sound.
Yeah, it makes this really cool. It's like that. But also, if you pull the game out without turning the system off, it does that as well. That's why I thought of that.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to do that with some games I don't care about on some of the old Game Boys I don't care about and see if I can get some fun little sounds out of it.
Yeah, you could do, like, you can make a whole song out of that crazy glitch noise that it does.
We might have a new genre on our hands.
Yeah, we might. Anyway, welcome to our show. We like to talk about Nintendo stuff and Nintendo-related stuff. It's Gamescom this week, so there's like some news from that, which we'll get to later. But first off, let's do, what we normally do. Let's talk about what we bought this week.
Myself, I mainly just bought, I purchased a Game Boy camera online because I think that'd be a fun thing to use with my super touchy Super Game Boy, just to play around with a little bit and see what I can get out of that. But I also used to have a Game Boy camera, and it was a lot of fun. I think it's worth what I paid. I think I paid $11, including shipping. So,
have you looked into that Retron? There's like some sort of Retron Game Boy Advance player that you can get for your Super Nintendo. It's not expensive. I think it's like less than $20. But I know you can get it.
I haven't looked into it yet, no.
I know you can get it from Amazon.
I'd rather do it through an official Nintendo device if possible.
Oh, sure. Supposedly it works really well. I mean, I actually thought about getting one at one point, before I just ended up getting my GameCube back. I thought about getting that. But then I ended up getting my GameCube with the free Game Boy player, so I opted to not use it. But I did think about it for a second. I think
at this point I would rather use, if I were ever to get a Game Boy player, I would rather use that than the Super Game Boy. The Super Game Boy is really cool, but it's just, you're adding that extra layer of possible error because you're connecting a separate cartridge to the top of it.
Yeah,
so
sure.
It's the same as like the Sonic and Knuckles or cartridges.
Yeah. I was just incredibly intrigued by the idea of playing Game Boy Advance games on Super Nintendo, just because I've never done it, If the price is right and it works, it's worth checking out. But no, you're totally right about stacking games, because I already, speaking of my our purchases, I bought the Sonic Advance Sonic Pinball Party dual pack, and the version that I got was like super dirty, so I had to clean it a lot, and I finally got it to work, but yeah, it was like really glitchy, so I could just imagine trying to do that on top of like a Super Game Boy type thing. And just like being like, what's going, like what's wrong, so then you have to kind of like test it with other games and then be like, okay, and then, you got to go through all the steps and you got to figure out like which one's the control, and you know the way experiments work.
Oh, absolutely.
So it can be, I can see it being a pain in the ass.
You also just have to hope that once it does work for a little while that it doesn't screw up once you're already playing.
And hopefully one of them doesn't go and then the other one goes. Yeah.
I've had it happen with a couple of my consoles. And, I love my cats, but one of the parts of having cats is that they like to bump into consoles while you're playing them. And, and consoles are warm, so I think cats want to lay on them.
Oh, and, probably.
And so it's usually an accident. I don't think it's malicious, but they oftentimes cause my games to freeze. So that's sad, but I guess that's part of dealing with the old technology.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to compromise and upgrade to something else, then you got to deal with all that stuff.
Yeah. It's all right.
But, I don't know. I've looked into like with the Retrons and stuff because they do output in HD and it can potentially look better. But they're all just taking whatever your game is and then turning it into a ROM and then playing it on on an emulator. So you're not getting an authentic hardware experience with that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily a Retron or not, the one that I was looking at, but I don't know, it just piqued my interest because it's like, I don't know, it's just something that nobody did before, like playing a Game Boy Advance game on Super Nintendo. It's crazy.
I'd be willing to bet it's essentially the guts of a Game Boy Advance inside of the cartridge, and then it just outputs through it, it kind of hijacks the video signal and the audio signal of the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
To send it through. So that's essentially what's happening with a Super Game Boy. It's a Game Boy inside of a cartridge.
Yeah.
So it's probably the same thing.
It's a Super Retro Advance Adapter, GB8 SNES is what it is. But it's the same guys who made the Genesis to Super Nintendo thing that you found.
What's the pricing on it?
That we found. It's saying it's not available anymore on Amazon for that particular unit.
Oh boy.
So I don't know. Maybe it's not available anymore. But when I was looking at it, it was really cheap. It was less than $20. But maybe it might be in limited supply now. So who knows?
So it's very strange. Yeah. I don't know what's up, but for some reason you used to be able to get the discs for the Game Boy players for super cheap, but now they're expensive.
I think I got mine for $20 because I got the free version of it. I mean, they gave it to me for free without the disc because they're like, oh, it's pretty much useless, so we'll just give it to you for free. And I'm like, well, that sounds really dumb, but give it to me anyway. I'm not going to be like, oh, that's dumb, you should make me pay for it. But it did seem kind of silly at the time to me. I don't know. But I bought the Sonic Advance. I also got 2 Amiibo that I hadn't seen before. I got Bayonetta and I got Corrin. Both player 1, of course, but they look super cool. I actually found them at a used game store, like unopened, and they weren't marked up or anything. So that's always good. It's always good to see. Like they didn't change the price. They were still like $12.
Yeah, so you bought it at retail price, but you supported a local business. That's nice too.
I did, yeah. And I was just surprised that they had them. I'd never seen them anywhere. And they were like, yeah, I don't know why we got so many of these. I'm like, well, shit, give them to me. And I also got Phantasy Star Collection for Game Boy Advance. Because I have different versions of Phantasy Star, but I don't really have any that I can capture, I guess. So that's why I got it. But I was kind of really irked that it only has 1 through 3. It doesn't have 4 on it, so that sucks. Apparently,
but you'll be able to experience whatever happens before the game I'm playing, which they are continuous story as far as
I don't think they are.
I thought they all kind of played off each other.
No, they're not. Because I played through 4, and I didn't feel like there's anything I missed out on. I don't think because I think they're like Final Fantasy, or like Dragon Quest, where like they take place in the same world, but nothing has to do with anything.
Well, at some point they go online, I know that.
Well, yeah, they do.
They all get computers and stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah, you do. You can go online. I mean, they're all sci-fi, so I guess they sort of have computers and stuff, right? Have you gotten very far in 4?
No.
Do you like it, though?
I like it so far, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. I like that. Isn't there there's like an ability to repeat your same thing that you do like the round after, right?
Yeah, I like that. Essentially, and I haven't programmed anything, but you can get pretty specific with what the turn is with all of your characters, and then you just click it like it's an audible, kind of like in a football game.
Yeah, I felt like that was an early game to do that, because I hadn't really, like for the time, I think it was kind of ahead in the RPG world that you could do that. So I was really impressed by that. But I don't remember it being very long. I think it's only like a 20-hour RPG, if not less. So if you get into it, it shouldn't take you too long to get through. But I liked it. There's like some cool like anime style cutscenes that you get into that look good. So it's worth playing. Yeah. One of the main reasons I got the Phantasy Star collection also was because of Phantasy Star 1, because I don't really have Phantasy Star 1. And that's a Master System game that I really want to play. So that was the main thing, because I have like the Sonic collection or the Sega collection or whatever it is, but you have to unlock Phantasy Star 1 in a weird way. You have to like beat a certain boss on Sonic 2 with like 2 players. Like, I'm not going to do that, So I'm just like, I'll just buy the Game Boy game and play it through that.
Incredibly specific.
Yeah. It's silly because it doesn't even have to do with the other Phantasy Star games on there to unlock Phantasy Star 1. So, but I think there's another game that we both purchased this week, right? The Lord of Magic. The Magician Lord?
Yeah, I bought it. I bought the special edition.
Yeah. Yeah, you bought the Switch version.
Yeah, I bought the Switch version. So here's something interesting. So I guess most Neo Geo games, actually I guess all but this one, when they were released for the home console, had both the arcade and the home version on it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they would be slightly different. Well, I guess like Magician Lord was the one exception to that rule where either I don't know, I guess the home version and the arcade version, one was a lot harder than the other one. So this game is like either really, really hard or it's really, really easy. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, whatever
disparity
version
in difficulty is big.
Yeah, whatever version I played, it was really hard.
Right now is pretty easy.
Oh, yeah. Because I'm playing. Well, I guess I didn't adjust the difficulty. Did you do that?
Or well, it just lets you choose like different versions that you want to play.
Oh, okay. I didn't go into that. I just went straight and started playing it, and I was like, man, this game's really hard because I die a lot. Yeah, I die a lot, but you come back wherever you die, so it's not really that bad. Like you don't ever have to.
I think that's the version I'm playing too. Yeah, you die a lot, but there's a version where you only get one set of lives, and then you start the whole level over again.
Oh, no, I didn't play that. Because I know there's different...
I haven't either.
You know, there's like the Japanese mode, there's an American mode, and then there's like the caravan mode, whatever that is. And then I think there's a fourth mode also. But this is on all of the SNK games have that. And I know you can go into the options and you can change the difficulty and all that. I didn't do it for that one because I just didn't think of it. But I didn't beat the whole game, but I played through it for a while. I watched like somebody play through it, like go through it without getting hit at all, like ever. I was like, oh yeah, this game looks hard, or this game looks easy. And then I played it and I'm like, oh man, I died a lot. Because that guy was really way better at the game than I was. But it's totally like our Altered Beast. Like you get little orbs that like transform you into different animals and stuff like that. There's like it's like a dragon. I like that one of them's called the Dragon Warrior. Like the dragon thing is the Dragon Warrior. And there's like a Shinobi Warrior or Ninja Warrior, whatever they call it. I
guess one way it shows off its like graphical prowess is that there's a ton of enemies on screen at once. You don't really get like slowdown. You
just get killed.
Cremate them all with whatever power you have.
Yeah, and there's like talking in it too. There's some pretty funny voice acting in between levels. Where that
the voice acting's hilarious.
Yeah, where that whoever is he the Magician Lord, the guy that talks to you?
No, you're the Magician Lord.
Yeah, I thought maybe he was because he has like a cape and a mustache. He looks like a Magician Lord.
I think you're the Magician Lord.
Yeah, but welcome to the world of SNK. You finally got one.
Yeah, from 1990, it was a launch game for the SNK.
Cool.
And so I started at the very beginning. It's where I should have started. And it's fun so far. I've gotten through like 2 levels, I think. Like 2 sets of bosses.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's one. It's not, I mean, being in its arcade nature, you know, you don't have to like, you can basically go as far as how many credits you want to put in there, and credits are free, so you can easily go through the game pretty quickly. It's the thing with those games. That's probably
There's also a save state feature built into it.
Yeah.
So that's nice. I enjoy that.
For sure.
It's got a different name. I don't know what they call it.
Yeah. No, it like saves it in the corner.
Suspended play or something.
I was looking at man, I forget where I found it. I was looking at like releases for stuff, and I came across something that said that was talking about the SNK. You know, we do our releases for Thursday tomorrow. There's some stuff coming up on that we'll talk about in a second. But I was just looking through, you know, trying to find like what's coming up tomorrow, and I found a thing that said upcoming releases, and I saw an RBI baseball on there. It was Super All-Star Baseball. Never mind. That's a different thing. I was like, I thought it was going to be the baseball one that I was asked about. But no, this is a different one. RBI Baseball 17. It's $30, so I guess that makes sense. So, never mind. But what's actually coming out tomorrow is the Pokken Tournament demo. You can play that. So if you never played it for Wii U and you want to try it, you can do that. Apparently there's a limited amount of number of times you can play it, but you can delete it and re-download it if you want to.
Yep.
Which doesn't make any sense why there's a limited number, but whatever. And that's supposed to come out next month, right? I think
so.
Yeah. So if you want to download and try to figure it out, you can. I know you thought that game was pretty confusing, and I understand like why you would, because
and there was a demo of it on the Wii U that I tried.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, and it didn't do me much.
Yeah, it's a weird game. And
I played it with you a little bit. And I was like,
it's a strange game. I mean, it's. I think it's fun, but I'm not going to buy it again because I think I played it enough on Wii U. I don't think I need it a second time. None of that double dipping Switch stuff. But speaking of double dipping, there's apparently the Telltale Minecraft game comes out tomorrow, or is it Friday? Or no, maybe it's Friday. Yeah, it's on Friday, but still, it's this week. So if you want to double dip some more into Minecraft, you can get that. Did you ever play any of those?
I played through the first episode on the 360.
Oh, okay.
But they've since like gone on crazy sales on Steam and stuff, and I've just been like, I mean, whatever. It's exactly what it says. It's a story mode, so it's like pretty much like a choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
Kind of point and click, but mostly like choose your own adventure.
I think it's like full price too. Looks like it's like $60.
Well, it probably has all the episodes on it.
Yeah, no, it's a complete story. And there's a game called Puzzled, that's the Neo Geo of the week. Kind of looks like Tetris-y, but to the point that there's the same sort of shapes in there. But I don't know if it actually plays like Tetris. I'll have to try it out. It looks like it doesn't, but I always like playing those games, so it's good to check it out. We also have Mario and Rabbids coming out on Tuesday, of course. It's a big one. There's another game called Forma 8. I don't know what that is. It looks like a 2D adventure-y type thing. What's way cooler in Japan is Dragon Quest III is coming out to Virtual Console on 3DS. So if you could find a way to hack your 3DS to get Japanese games, that'd be really cool. It's a port of the Game Boy Color Dragon Quest III, which that's the one that I played through. So it's really cool. It's a game that I would love to have on Virtual Console, but only in Japan, of course. They get everything cool.
They get all the cool stuff.
They get everything cool. And they're still releasing TurboGrafx stuff on Wii U as well. The Soldier Blade and Final Soldier coming out tomorrow. Wow. So still putting the Virtual Console stuff on there.
I had no idea. I haven't checked the Virtual Console for a while.
Well, they're still adding to it. So, be excited. Be excited about that. Oh yeah, speaking of Mario vs. Rabbids, or Mario plus Rabbids, whatever the fuck it's called. Did you see that it's getting a season pass for $20?
I did not.
Yeah, they're adding a $20 season pass, which will
add a bunch of DLC for it.
Yeah, they're adding new story stuff in next year though to it, so I guess that's kind of cool. It's cheaper than most season passes. At least it's not $40, and they're going to charge like $100 for it.
So it's kind of like the same thing that happened with Zelda, like whatever they called that, the package deals or whatever.
Yeah, same thing.
Those are season passes.
It'll roll out over time, and you just pay one price for it. I think. I don't know.
This Rabbids game is kind of it's like the biggest release since Splatoon.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Rabbids 2 or Rabbids 1? Mario versus Rabbids plus Rabbids.
I don't know. I'm still kind of on the fence about it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm completely on the fence about it too. But
it doesn't look like my kind of game, to be honest.
Yeah, well, but you bought Disgaea 5. It's the same. It's the same thing, It's the same thing except with Rabbids. Yeah, I'm just saying you bought that game. It's basically that is what it is. But I'm planning on getting it. I'm still kind of divided on it, but I think I'm just going to get it and play it anyway. Because we'll be taking a break from next week's show. I'll post something that we recorded but didn't release before. That's from a different time. That was from a different time, and you can try to figure out what time it's from. I'm not going to tell you when we recorded it, but it could have been yesterday. It could have been 10 years ago. But I'll put it up for next week, so don't miss out on a show. And then we'll be back the week after to talk about Rabbids. So I'm going to spend a lot of time on it and see how I end up feeling with it. From the videos that I saw, I see that it could be fun. It's very Fire Emblem stuff type thing. So I'm willing to try it out. And since I have that Disgaea 5 demo, I can compare it to that, I guess, if I ever play it.
It kind of seems a little more action-y than Disgaea. But it still has that real-time strategy. It's
still the same thing, though. You still it's still turn-based, yeah, is what I mean. It doesn't look... I don't know, I didn't think it looked any action-y. You can throw people like you can in Disgaea. You can do that. Or you can put them on one guy and he'll kick him to another thing. I don't know, some of the bosses look interesting. I like the giant rabbit Kong thing. I thought that was kind of cool. And there's ways to take them down, not just shooting them. So I'm willing to give it a try, and I kind of want to do it just for the sake of the show. So I will definitely fill you in once I get more into that game. But speaking of stuff, do you want to talk about stuff we played this week?
Sure.
We'll just kind of talk about more of that, and then we'll get into more newsy type stuff after that. Actually, you know what? Before I forget, so big news. We'll talk about it now. So the Super Nintendo Classic pre-orders went up.
They sure did.
Yeah, and thankfully you told me about it. Otherwise, it would have never happened. But Jess and I, guest of the show from last week, we were at a bar, and you texted me about it, and I got on, and I was like, oh shit, I don't know if I have a Best Buy account. She had a Best Buy account from the Switch, so she just went in there and got it reserved, and she said she got an email, so looks like it's good to go. I guess they charged it and uncharged it and all that, so we have
that
one.
Alleviates a lot of stress.
So it seems like we have one secured. I heard a couple people online talking about that they had some credit card issues maybe, and theirs did get canceled, but I don't think that's going to be the case for us, hopefully. But yeah, that takes some. I'll still be kind of sweating before it comes out, but man, there were some fucking speaking of our intro, there were some fucking ridiculous ridiculous things you could get to get it. Like there was like
you're talking about the bundles?
Yeah, they do like these really dumb deluxe bundles where it's like this one comes with a Tetris light. I'm like, but Tetris isn't even on the Super Nintendo Classic, so what the fuck are you even talking about?
Or there's like one that has I think it's a blue Mega Man hat, but the blaster's red.
Yeah, it's like a giant head thing that you wear. Like I saw that.
So you get the head and the blaster, but they don't match.
Yeah, this is really ridiculous. I need to find. Oh, there it is. I'm like, I need to find this link that I saved just so I can look at it. Yeah, so there's the Mega Man edition that has a giant helmet that comes with a red blaster. That's $250. I mean, all of these are out of stock, obviously. And then there's the Street Fighter one that comes with like a Ryu statue that looks like it's made out of cardboard if you look at the picture. And there's the Super Mario Brother one that comes with a question mark mug and a mushroom and a calendar for $150. Then there's the Breath of the Wild one, which looks like it just comes with a picture, and it's $330. So there you go. Yeah, there's the Zelda one that comes with a Zelda chess set and like a Triforce light or something. And the Tetris one's pretty hilarious because Tetris is not even on there, so who cares? I feel like a lot of this was just like, this is shit we can't sell, so let's just be like, here, this is the only way you can get this. So you get like
I was thinking the same thing.
So you get a Tetris lamp and a fucking cartridge that's like a flask that has a straw coming out of it for like $140. And then, of course, there's like the Breath of the Wild edition that, once again, looks like we had extra shit from Breath of the Wild. Let's just sell it to you. It has like some sort of Sheikah Slate looking thing and a shield. I don't know. It's all pretty dumb.
There's no Breath of the Wild on there?
No, it's not. Like I said before, it's just shit they have laying around in piles, and they're like, you know what? We could just do some deluxe things, and we'll make you buy that. I
don't know. It's so weird.
Make you buy that dumb Tetris lamp that we have that nobody will buy, and that Super Mario Brothers cartridge flask with the straw on it.
It's really strange. I don't know why these bundles even exist, other than, like you say, maybe Nintendo offers a certain amount to you based on what you do, and that's just what they choose to do. They're like, oh, we'll just get rid of some of our overstock on top of selling these and make an extra buck.
Yeah, I mean, it's
still kind of like scalping, isn't it?
It's through Think Geek, though. I mean, aren't they kind of like the equivalent of like those fucking people that send you boxes of trash every month?
Oh, like Loot Crate?
Yeah.
Loot Crate. That's what it reminds me of.
I'm sorry, Luke.
I shouldn't telling you exactly.
I shouldn't talk against them in case they ever want to sponsor us.
No. I'm just saying, like, in that case, usually you're like surprised by what's inside of the box.
Yeah, but I think most of it's trash.
Getting, so
yeah, I mean,
it takes some of the fun away from it.
I've seen it. Those fucking vinyl toys are stupid. Those pop vinyl things are so dumb. Like, I don't know why.
Oh, it's just another plastic thing to pollute the oceans.
Yeah, but it doesn't. I mean, basically, what it does is it robs anything that's cool of whatever character it's supposed to be about because they all look the same.
It's like it's a 3-dimensional stick figure.
Yeah, it's dumb. I don't understand it. It's like, oh, cool. I like toys, but I like toys because of the detail and like the way they look. It's like cool. I'll buy like a pop figure, and it's just like he looks like everybody else, but he has orange skin. Okay. There's like no detail of the rocks or anything like that. It doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. Pop vinyl stuff. But yeah, regardless of that, I'm sure they had some extra Think Geek stuff laying around, and they're like, let's just get rid of it. But yeah, hopefully.
My story, I just happened to open up Facebook and see someone had posted on the voice chat, or I think it actually got a notification for it, 'cause randomly I will.
And wasn't it? It was like at midnight,
it was just someone that said, Best Buy pre-orders are live, go. And I just immediately clicked the link, went straight to it, got through the whole thing, was about to pay with my credit card, or my debit card. And then it's like, well, use your Best Buy credit card, which I do have one of those, and you get $10 off. They had some rewards or something on it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, holy shit, of course I'm going to use that. So I rang it in, and then I didn't get an email, and I texted you about it, and then I didn't get a confirmation email, and I'm like, shit. So I went in again and ordered another one with my debit card, and so I may get 2, which people are going to hate me if I do. But
oh well, I mean, it's not like you. It's for this type of stuff. I guess it's better to get your ass covered.
I've only gotten one confirmation. Well, I've gotten 2 confirmation emails, but I've only got one confirmation that I'm going to get it. The other one's basically I got for the store pickup one. It says that could still not work out pretty much.
Oh sure. I mean,
I'm going to be paying once I get to the store. Like I didn't get charged for it already.
Yeah. No, well, that's kind of, I mean, don't they like charge you and then like uncharge you?
I don't know.
Best Buy and then you pay it later. Because I think like that's what we did for the Switch. Like,
did you do store pickup for the Super Nintendo, or did you have it shipped?
For the NES Classic? Oh.
The SNES Classic.
Oh, I don't know. I would think that, no, Jess said she did store pickup. I think it's the Elston store by us. But I'm wondering, I hope they do a midnight thing for it, like before, so you can get it.
I do too. I would be happy to go.
Because if they do a midnight thing, then we can go get it. And then, and see, I was like, I mean, you were saying you got 2, but I was thinking about trying to get 2 also. Because I was still going to go to Target and see if I could get an extra one.
Oh, I totally got charged for it.
Yeah. Not to try, and I'm not trying to scalp anything. I would get an extra one to give to like a friend or a family member, you know. It wouldn't be, I'm not going to sell it back to eBay or anything like that, which I can't even.
Well, if I do have an extra one, I already have a friend of mine that said they want it, and I'm going to sell it to them for the cost. I'm not going to scalp it.
Yeah. So, but I thought about trying to find another one at Target if I could, just because I had good luck with Target. But who knows? Hopefully we get one. Unfortunately, we don't get the Tetris lamp, but hey, you can't win them all, you know, so.
You sure can't. Speaking of Tetris stuff, though, it's a little off topic, but it goes along with Tetris. Have you seen you have a cat. Does she like to scratch things?
I do have a cat. Well, you know, she doesn't have her front claws, so she can't really. But okay. She will, but she pretends to sometimes.
Cool.
You know, she thinks she still has her claws, and she'll like, you know, when they're kind of like presenting for you, and they just like put their paws on the wall and just like scratch at them, like to be like, hey, look at me, I'm cool. She does it she does it on the bed before she like jumps on it to like snuggle or go to bed or whatever. She'll like, you know, like fakely scratch her paws on the side of the mattress.
Yeah, my cats like to scratch shit. So I've bought them like a ton of scratch pads, and they're all over the house. Like basically they tell you put a scratch pad next to whatever they like to scratch so that they scratch that thing instead. But they have these ones you can buy, and they're really expensive, but they're shaped like Tetris blocks. And they look really cool because you can like...
And you can stack them?
Yeah, you can stack them however you want. And you can do like... Essentially, you could make like functional furniture out of them if you want to use them like a coffee table or a shelf.
Yeah.
And then they're really sturdy, durable cardboard. So, you know, the cats are still going to shred the shit out of them eventually. They're not going to look cool anymore. But up until the cats destroy them, they look like Tetris blocks.
Nice.
And I think it's kind of appropriate that they disappear, you know, with time because they're Tetris blocks. But they're kind of expensive. Like, I think it's like $200 for a set of them for something that the cats are just going to destroy. I don't know if I can justify paying for that at this point in my life.
But they will appreciate it. The cats
will, and it would look really cool. I mean, it'd be
because I know they're fans of Tetris, so you should definitely make sure and get one that looks like a thing because they'll totally be into it, right?
Well, they're cats. They don't understand blocks that have the ones that are like not just a straight line. They only understand the straight line block.
Yeah, right. Was there anything else that you were playing this week that you want to talk about?
I've just played a little bit of stuff to capture. I started playing Dino Wars again because I always go back to that. And
yeah, I did see you play Dino Wars.
I posted a little video about that. I was playing some more Super Mario Land today through my Super Game Boy, and it was fun. But like I said, super touchy. As long as it's working okay, it's great. But
it's so touchy. Don't touch it.
I have it distanced from me. Just to make sure I don't accidentally hit it.
Yeah, I haven't tried. Well, I don't have a Super Game Boy, so I was going to say I haven't tried capturing things through Super Game Boy, but I don't have it, so it doesn't matter. It
looks cool. I mean, ultimately, it looks cool, and with my video editing software, I can zoom in. So I just omit the border, even though you can put cool borders. I do the plain black border, and then I just zoom in the picture.
Oh, okay.
So it ends up working out better for the capture, but
yeah,
it doesn't look as cool.
Yeah. I don't mind
the TV with the borders.
The best thing about those borders is that they like move if you leave them sitting for long enough. I always thought that was really cool. You've seen that, right?
They kind of animate so that they're not static.
Yeah, they do like a screensaver. Like there's the one that kind of looks like I forget. There's one that kind of looks like birds and they start flying. Do you remember that? And there's like the theater. There's like the theater type one where like guys walk around, like they get up out of their seats and walk. It's cool. Like, you should do that. Like, just turn on your Super Game Boy and just set it on one of the backgrounds and just don't do anything. And they'll start, like, there's like an animation that it does, and it's really cool. Or you could just YouTube it and watch them. But I always thought they were really neat. Like, because I got mine when I was younger, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. I would just leave it paused, and it would just start moving, Then they would animate in their own way, and they kind of create their own screensaver.
It's definitely a fun little device. Can you control it? Can't you control it with the mouse? Like, you just go through the settings menu, but...
Oh, control the different themes or the different backgrounds?
Yeah.
I never tried it.
Because you kind of move the cursor around with the control pad, but
yeah.
I think you can use the mouse with it.
I never tried it, but I think you can.
Because it'll let you do custom palettes.
Oh, yeah,
which
sure.
Which is kind of cool. I got Mario looking really weird in like a blood red and black.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to record it like that. I actually wanted it to look like the pea soup green.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you didn't want to make it. Because, like, the way I've been recording stuff, I mean, the only Game Boy game I did was Metroid 2, I guess. But I do it through the Game Boy player, so it just automatically, it's basically like a Game Boy Advance, like what it would look on that. It adds that color for that. But on the subject of, like, having to stack games, I think the Game Boy player works better because, like, the disc is just a boot disc. Like, you don't really...
Right.
It doesn't really need to... It needs to just read it enough to start, and then your GameCube just turns into a Game Boy, So I've never really had... If I had troubles with anything, it's just the cartridge. But you can just reset it and just pop it out and clean it and put it back in.
Well, all my
you don't have
Game
to
Boy
restart
you
don't have to restart it every time.
Even the like dirty old scuffed up ones, like their connection ports are really solid. Like they still work really well. So if basically what the Game Boy player is, it's the guts of a Game Boy Advance inside of once again the guts of it inside of a different unit, and all the boot disc. Yeah, the boot disc is just the interface to get it to communicate with the GameCube and then hijack its signals.
Yeah, but it's just cool that you could leave it on and then just to change the games. You don't have to worry about. It's not like what you're saying, like with stacking and all that. It doesn't really.
Oh, right.
You won't have to run into that.
And you don't have to worry about bumping it and screwing it up.
Sure. Well, before I forget, I wanted to talk about, I played the Monster Hunter Story demo. I mentioned it last week, but I hadn't played enough of it. But I actually got to spend more time with it. Oh man, I forgot. I got my, that was going to be my middle name, was going to be from Monster Hunter Story. I was originally going to say, at the beginning of the show, I was going to say, Trey, my name is Trey, teamwork makes the dreams work. Because that's what you say every time you win. Every time you win a battle in Monster Hunter Stories. It's a cool game though. It's basically Monster Hunter, but if it was a traditional JRPG turn-based game. So there's monsters on the screen, but when you run into them, it changes into a different battle mode. And you pick. There's kind of like a weapon triangle thing, similar to like Fire Emblem in there, where like one thing's above the other, and you want to like predict what the enemy is going to do, and you want to try to like so there's like a bit of strategy in there like that, and you collect eggs and you get new monsters, and they become like your party members that you take with you and all that, and it's really cool. It looks really nice. There's like more of a story to it, and I was really been enjoying the demo of it, so it's totally dope. Like if you for you out there that still play your 3DS, you should definitely check it out. And it comes out like next week. No, not next week. 2 weeks from now. And I
was confused when you were talking about this earlier. I thought you were when we spoke before the recording. I thought you were talking about the demo on Switch. That's why I said I was confused by it.
Oh no, not that one. Which I did try playing that one, and I got killed a bunch.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the Monster Hunter Stories demo on 3DS. The one that's like the RPG. It's like the kids version or whatever because it's more colorful, but whatever. It's great. You have like little cat buddies.
Do you feel like it would introduce you to the series well and make you want to play the other games?
For me it does, because I like those turn-based RPGs better than Monster Hunter.
But let's say I play those. If I play through that game, would it make me want to play other Monster Hunter games?
Maybe. I mean, I guess it's like an easier way to get into it, I think, because you still do collect stuff and you still do like make armor and make weapons and stuff out of monster guts, so you can still do that. It's just different now. Now it's in a turn-based fashion instead of like more real time like the regular games, where you have to like study the monster and know the way it's going to attack and like roll around and dodge it and all that. So it's like an easier way to get into it. So I could see it as being a good beginner way to get into Monster Hunter. If I, like, whenever the demo, like, you can transfer the demo to the regular game, and I'm still playing the demo, like, I haven't hit the end of it yet, so if I get through the demo and still like it, I'll probably end up getting it. So, and it comes out like that first week of September, so we'll talk about it that week. But yeah, I just want to talk about that real quick. But let's take a break and then we'll come back and talk some Gamescom news.
Let's do it.
All right, be right back. Get into the Gamescom stuff, I want to talk about my plight with the Switch, which we totally forgot to talk about earlier. But so I mentioned earlier about my Switch being broken in the top of the show. So I'm sure you've heard me gripe multiple times on this show. Talking to you, the listeners have heard me gripe multiple times about my micro SD card problems. So after I purchased Magician Lord, which we talked about earlier, I tried to download that, and it would not download it whatsoever to my card. Before it was downloading under a gig, now it won't download anything. I even tried restarting it a bunch. So I called Nintendo themselves, and I gave them the error number and all that, and they told me that I have to send it in to get fixed. So.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I'm really not happy about that. They sent me a repair number. They said it could take up to like 3 weeks at the most, and that's kind of like, I didn't tell them, but I'm like, I do a show and I don't want to not have it for that long because I got to play it and talk about it. But yeah, so I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with the Switch yet. I'll probably end up just getting Mario plus Rabbids as a cartridge. It'll be my second cartridge, and I'll just play that instead of having to deal with trying to download it, because I think it's like close to like 3 gigs, and I don't have that much space on my regular memory, and I may not have internet next week, so I might just end up getting that. But yeah, that's kind of where my plight with the Switch, which sucks, and I don't really know what to do about it.
Oh man, and you have the double-edged sword, because part of you wants to have the Switch with you, but the other part of you knows that you would be gone anyway.
Yeah, no, I'm taking
this. So you could miss a week of the Switch.
Oh, I'm taking the Switch with me, though.
But I mean, you don't want to ship it out before you go on vacation.
No.
You want it with you.
No, I don't want to do that. Yeah, no, I want it to be with me, so I'm not, like, I asked them, I was like, well, if I shipped it out now, could I get it back, like, before this date? And they're like, well, we don't know, but probably not. And I'm like, okay, well, fine. I did buy, as far as, like, stuff that I ordered, I did buy a Switch case. I bought, like, a $10 one from eBay, which has not even been shipped yet, so thanks, eBay. So I don't think I'm going to get that before I go. And our Switch Gripes 101 here at the top.
Is it like for the whole system or just for the console?
What do you mean?
The Switch case.
Oh, it's for the whole system.
So it holds the dock and...
Oh, no, it doesn't hold the dock. I was like, I didn't know what you meant. It's like, it holds like the screen and the Joy-Cons, you know?
Yeah, there's ones that have, like, you put all the shit into it.
Oh, no, it's not one of those. It's just like it's just a nicer case. It has a stand in it, though, too. That's kind of like what I was looking for. So, like, you can prop up the screen and you can still charge it. Like, there's still, there's a spot where you can plug the USB-C in, but you can prop it, instead of, like, putting the kickstand up. So that's kind of what I was looking for it. So I was like, oh, yeah, that's cool. But they haven't shipped it, and I ordered it last week, so I'm kind of pissed about that. But so I probably won't get it before we go, but we'll see. But yeah,
when are you leaving for your vacation?
Monday.
That's very soon.
Monday morning. But we'll have, I'll make sure and put up some more videos before I go. So you'll have that to watch while we're gone. Or while I'm gone. Jeremy will still be putting up videos, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm going to put up some more. Yeah. I'm just trying to broaden my horizons. I'm trying to post something from each of my consoles.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Just to start scattering my base a little bit more, like on what I've played.
Yeah. I'd like to put some Nintendo NES stuff on there, but my NES is kind of wonky. So.
Yeah.
Who knows? But there's been little news stuff from Gamescom. I know like the biggest one was there was some sort of video Twitch thing from the Final Fantasy 15 guys, and they said something about the game possibly on a system that rhymes with Twitch. So that's basically
subtle.
Yeah. I watched the video and that's what they said. But they also announced a mobile version that has like chibi Final Fantasy 15 characters. So everybody's kind of afraid that that's what it's going to be.
Oh, I saw that. My friend Nick posted something about that on Facebook.
about the chibi Final Fantasy 15 guys.
Well, he was really like tongue in cheek about it too. He was like, "Wow, so I know you've heard me talk a lot about how much I love Final Fantasy 15. I think this is a really great version that you should try out." And it looks.
And it's a chibi version.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, it started out chibi, right? So going back to chibi can't be good. Can't be bad. I mean.
Oh yeah, well yeah, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I already have Final Fantasy 15, but I guess it'd be kind of cool to play it. I guess then I'd have to play it now, right? If it's on Switch, because I have to talk about it on here. And don't get me wrong, I don't dislike that game. I put like 30 hours into it, but I never really progressed much in the story mode. I just did a lot of the side quests.
I don't know, I bought a bunch of stuff all at once and
didn't play any of it.
The games, and I've never gone back to it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's a bad game. It'd be really cool to have it on the go, because I think everything should be on the go. So that'd be definitely an awesome thing to have. So they should go for it. Why not? It'd be nice to have some more Square support on the Switch. And speaking of support, there's a big Capcom sale going on. I forgot to mention that in the first half of the show. Did you catch that?
Yeah, there's some different stuff on sale.
Well, because once again, you can get Ace Attorney Trilogy. I remember you talked that you wanted that, right? Or you wanted to play Phoenix Wright?
Oh, it's on sale again for like $20 or something.
15.
Yeah,
you can get the trilogy, the DS trilogy for 3DS for $15. The Phoenix Wright trilogy.
That's a good price.
So I think that's pretty good.
That's $5 a game.
Yeah, and then, it is. And then you can get, and then of course you can get like Monster Hunter for like $5.
Oh I saw that Monster Hunter 3 is $5.
Yeah. I mean, that's when I bought the Monster Hunter that I got for Wii U. I bought it on sale. Like, I bought basically the Monster Hunter 3 version, which is a remake of the Wii one, which I already have that one too. But I bought it for like $5 because it was on sale. But, I mean, like, there's one I thought about getting. Oh yeah, DuckTales, $3.75. It's less than $4. That's one of those things I always wanted to play and just never got around to it. But yeah, Monster Hunter 3.
That's on the DS?
That's the Wii U version.
Oh, DuckTales. The Wii U version.
Yeah. I don't think there's a 3DS version of DuckTales.
I didn't think there was.
But Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, 3DS, $15. The new Phoenix Wright Spirit of Justice, $20. You can get Dual Destinies. Is that the one that... Or no, I was like, is that the Layton one? But I guess not. That one's like only 10. But what I was thinking about maybe getting is a Mega Man Legacy Collection for $6. I think it's Mega Man 1 through 6, right? Is the Mega Man first one.
For $6?
Yeah, that's $1 a game, man.
That's really cheap. That's probably worth buying.
Mega Man Legacy Collection for 3DS for $6. And that's the first one because I think the second one was 7 through 10. Because the second one just came out but didn't come out for 3DS. Or any Nintendo system, which is kind of annoying. But Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, that one's $12. Monster Hunter Generations is $20, blah, blah, blah. You can get Resident Evil Revelations for $10, even though it's coming out for Switch soon. But, there's some decent prices. I think like DuckTales and Mega Man Legacy are probably the best ones on there. Oh, and like Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright Trilogy isn't bad either.
You can't go wrong with Phoenix Wright.
I feel like we get a Capcom sale like every year, right? Around this time, maybe.
Capcom's really nice about putting their stuff on fire sale. I mean, they're good games, but they'll sell them for real fucking cheap. Because there'll be really good games that will sell en masse, and then, it's one of those things like, well, everybody already owns this game anyway, so let's just sell it for $5 now.
For sure.
For those few people that haven't bought it yet.
Yeah, and there's like Street Fighter 4 is on there for really cheap. I mean, I know we both got that with the Humble Bundle, but I wonder when we'll see. I mean, I guess whatever the fuck that name was, what was the Square game? I Am Setsuna. That game went on sale. I was like, are we ever going to see any Switch sales? But that one was on sale, and I think the Snake game went on sale too. Noodle, whatever his name was.
Danger Noodle?
Yeah, Danger Noodle. Whatever it was called. Snake Pass. That game went on sale. But yeah, I'd like to see some more Switch sales. But aside from the Final Fantasy 15 thing, there's a new RMX update. Do you know what's all? Oh yeah, there's new tracks, and it's free too.
Yeah, if you already own it.
Yeah, well, I already own it.
Which you do, so.
Yeah, so that's cool. I'm down with that.
That makes anyone who bought that game happy, I hope.
I'm wondering if they're going to add more levels that are completely ripped from F-Zero GX. Because there's levels like that are exactly the same as F-Zero GX. Well, there's one. And it's funny because the GX version is a fire level, and in the RMX level, it's an ice level. So I think they were doing that as a sort of
paying homage.
Yeah, to poke fun or whatever.
I mean, it was an official Nintendo event that we went to, and they had that game showcased there.
They did, yeah. They was there. Yeah, the circle is complete now that we got Sonic Mania, as you were saying. Have you gotten any farther on Sonic Mania, or have you not played it?
Yeah, I got to the fucking...
Hydro City?
Yeah, I got to the boss.
Yeah, so did I.
The boss, and then I suffocated.
Oh, no.
Because I couldn't get any bubbles. I couldn't, get him to... I've only gone to that... I've only fought the boss, twice. I only had one life left. I fought him again, and then I lost. But
you mean
I'm happy I finally beat Metal Sonic. I was stuck on Metal Sonic for a little while.
Oh, yeah. Are you talking about, the one where Dr. Eggman, swims after you, and, you're kind of going through the current? Isn't that the first boss of Hydrocity?
No, the first boss is where you're in a weird craft, and you're, sucking him up in, a tornado. And he's, dropping bombs underneath you.
Oh.
Do you remember that? You're, on, a weird craft, and you're up above the water.
Oh. I must have gotten through that one. Was that the one you died on?
No, I got through that. And then the second boss is the
half
one
pipe.
where he's chasing you through the current.
Oh, okay.
That's the one I lost on.
Okay, yeah, you chasing you through the current, that's where I got, but I did beat that. But then you fight this boss from Sonic 3 that I really didn't like, that's at the end of Hydrocity.
So there's another boss.
There's another boss, yeah. And I was actually really mad that when I got to that one, because I was like, that fucking guy? Because, yeah.
You remember him from Sonic 3?
If you watch my Sonic 3 video, he's in there. I get very pissed off at him. He's actually, I think, a little bit easier in Sonic 3. But yeah, it's the same fucking boss again. It's like in a half pipe underwater, and he does a kind of a spin. He does a spin drill thing, and you get spun around him in the water, and you can't really do anything while you're doing that. It's dumb. But I think how much is left out of that? Probably 2 more worlds.
I'm not sure.
I think.
Know how many total.
I basically I saw it on Facebook or Twitter or something. Somebody spoiled the ending, so I basically know what happens.
Oh, I don't know anything about the ending, but I doubt it matters because there's no story to this fucking game.
It's a picture, is all it is. That's the ending. If you don't, it's a picture if you don't get all of the Chaos Emeralds. So I'm gonna have to go back and get them anyway. But you can, apparently if you got any of them, it'll save it. So you do some sort of New Game Plus thing where you can go back to whatever level and get them. So that's kind of cool.
Oh, where it'll let you choose the actual level you want to go to and try to get it.
Yeah, you can just go to a certain spot and try to collect them. So that might make it a little bit easier.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I've only gotten 2 of them, I think.
I think I only got the first one. I only got the one from the very first set of levels.
I've gotten 2 of those, and I think I've gotten 3 of the one where you run after the spears.
Oh yeah, I don't think we mentioned this last week, but did you know that you can unlock Puyo Puyo Pop through the Sphere game?
I did not.
Yeah. You can unlock the whole game on there.
Well, that's cool. Is it just Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean?
I don't know. I can't play in the Sphere games. I'm not very good at them. And I've never beaten any of them, but I thought I got pretty close. But I kept dying. But yeah, no, I looked online to see what you unlock, and one of them is Puyo Puyo Pop. So I don't know if it's just a bigger version of the time when you fight Dr. Robotnik there, or Dr. Eggman.
Yeah.
But yeah, it says you can unlock it. I was hoping it was Mean Bean Machine, or just another Puyo Pop game or something, but that's cool. I really wanted to see what that was about.
I was really hoping there'd be a Sonic Spinball boss, which there's still a chance that could happen, but...
Yeah, maybe. There's a lot of pinball.
There was a level that was sort of spinball-y. There were no flippers, but there were a lot of bumpers.
Yeah, and I was going to say, there's levels in Sonic Advance that are very, very pinball-y with a lot of flippers. Well, that's the casino level.
Yeah.
There's a casino level set there. And I thought the Sonic Advance level was the Sonic Advance game is pretty easy for the most part.
It looks really nice.
Until you get into some part where there's some unfair challenge, I think. But... it's fun to play through. Totally got off the topic of RMX, but that's fine.
All right.
That's fine. Yeah, there's new cups. They didn't say what they were, but whatever. 6 new tracks, 2 new cups, so I'm down with that. Speaking of new things, though, there's also, I don't know if this is actually fully Gamescom related, but there's another new ARMS character getting announced. The Lollipop. There's a candy-themed female on there, so... you got that going for you for those 2 people that still play ARMS. I mean, I do think that ARMS is a cool game. I just haven't played it since Splatoon came out. Yeah. But I guess I have reason to come back to it now.
I really think ARMS. I'm still of the opinion that ARMS probably should have come out later.
Or you mean they should have distanced it more from Splatoon?
Distanced it more from Splatoon.
Yeah, because it seems they kind of they were so close that it's Nobody really cares. They need to do some sort of like event, like some sort of like like one thing versus another thing event. Like kind of they need like I forget what those things are called. They need like a big Splatfest thing happening.
But for ARMS.
Yeah, for ARMS. Where it's like, what's better, arms or feet? Vote on it. I don't think we ever talked about the Splatfest. No,
we did.
The mayonnaise versus ketchup Splatfest.
I guess mayonnaise was like by choice, like who chose mayonnaise was very, very like low.
Yeah, it was low, but the people who chose it were great.
Yeah,
so that's what we learned from being Team Mayonnaise.
Yeah,
is that us mayonnaise lovers? We are great at splatooning. I think
it's that we appreciate the decadent things in life, but yeah, we didn't talk about it. But when I was actually playing the Splatfest, like I remember feeling a little queasy, like just because I was already feeling a little queasy.
Yeah,
but then I had that
queasier
thought in my head that they were shooting ketchup and I was shooting mayonnaise.
They were though,
pouring mayo and ketchup all over the battlefield.
Yeah.
And it was making me feel kind of sick.
Yeah, no, I didn't even think about that because it made me kind of want to vote for ketchup just so I could shoot blood out of my gun.
Yeah.
Because if you saw like some of the new quote unquote Miiverse stuff, like one of them was just somebody wrote blood.
Yeah.
And they'll show up in the levels while you're playing. So I was playing and it just said blood in big letters like in the background. So yeah, so you can actually shoot, because they never did that with Splatoon 1. Like, I was like, I wonder if they'll do red paint, and then it's like, oh, it's blood. But no, yeah, but then you could shoot white out of your guns.
Yeah.
With the mayonnaise one.
Connotations.
Yeah. So, yeah. So it's like, it's pretty hilarious. Like, I like that they actually did the colors, and
but
it's actually like
about actually shooting mayonnaise out all over the ground.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Baking in the hot sun, and squids rubbing themselves all in it.
We're gonna lose listeners here from talking about hot mayonnaise and squids swimming in it.
Baking in the sun. I mean, but that was, I'm glad we're talking about it, because that's something I thought about the whole time.
People are dropping off. Have you done anything with your shell or whatever you won? Those special, like, shell mushroom face things?
I forgot about it.
Yeah, I haven't really done anything with it, but I think I have 8 of them or something. Like, there's like a large amount of them, and I don't know what to do with them.
Yeah.
Well, no, I know. You can use them. You can like you can basically like restart whatever equipment that you have and like have the random, new attributes start again. Or you can add like another attribute random thing at the end. But I just didn't do it because I didn't know.
Well, I did add an attribute to something, but I don't know if it was from that. Was it from that?
I thought that was what we used those guys for. To give
Maybe
to that dude.
I did add an attribute to one of my pieces of equipment just because.
Yeah, I thought you gave them. Yeah, I thought you gave them to that dude by the entrance to the multiplayer.
Oh, right. Yeah, I did. I totally did that.
Yeah. So I went there and I looked at it, but I just didn't do it yet because I was like, well, maybe I want to get different. I was like, maybe I want to get a different thing and use that for it. But once again, I haven't really. I've just played the single players like every time I played Splatoon. So
I also still can't completely wrap my head around what all the bonuses mean. And like, I mean, I get what they mean, but
there's a key. You can like hit a button and it'll show you what they mean or what they do, I guess.
Well, no, it says what they do, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not getting an overall, like, the overall stats of my guy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not seeing, like, these different categories being, like, like in Mario Kart, where, like, these different categories
go
up or down.
Yeah, they don't. They don't show you like meters like that, like whether you're. Yeah.
So it's hard to tell if I have like this old piece of equipment that has rapid movement and ink versus I have this newer piece of equipment that I couldn't get until a later level. And it has that same ability. Well, is that ability better because it's on that, or is it the exact same as it was?
I think you just get more random attributes from whatever you buy later, whatever unlocks later. Okay. I thought that was what it was. That it just had more stuff you could level up. I think that's how it is, and it's all kind of the same.
But as you like have newer equipment, all the bonuses are just affecting it the same way. They're just random.
I think so.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, they're random.
So it's like if I have like rapid ink movement, that's just a bonus that I have based on how much equipment and spots I have. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but what you can do is like you can use those little shell guys, and you can like restart your whatever you're wearing. Like if you get a random thing and it ends up being something you don't want, or you want to try to do it again, you can like restart it from the beginning and then like level it up and try to get a different attribute. So that's pretty cool that you can do that.
Yeah. So I haven't restarted anything. I just added an extra attribute to a piece of equipment I had that I liked. It was a Hatter or something. Sure. I can't remember.
But I like that it gives you the option that you can like keep restarting it to try to like get that random, like maybe if you want to try to get one that's like all defense boost, so you'll have like a crazy defense thing to wear, you know? You can do that. You have the ability to do that. It's like if you ever did, you know, like when you play Fire Emblem and you like level up and you get some stuff, some bonuses, but you don't get other bonuses, and then you restart it and you try it again. Like that was always a thing you could do on the GameCube version. You know, it's kind of like that, where you just like wipe it and try it again and see if you get, better random stats and all that. So I understand that.
Yeah. I have been trying to use different equipment in Splatoon, and I use something else. I can't remember what it's called. It's kind of like the splatter shot, but it's an upgraded version.
Oh, do you have?
Using that.
Do you have the umbrella? The umbrella's on there now.
Yeah, I got the umbrella.
I did play with that for a while. I played it online. It's not that great. I kind of like that you can. I
haven't used it in battle. I've only tested it.
You know, I like that you can open the umbrella, and if you hold it, the umbrella will kind of like shoot forward, and it'll just like block but keep moving across the plane. So I like that. I thought that was cool, but I didn't do very well with it. It's kind of like a shotgun with an umbrella, but I couldn't figure out how to go underwater with the umbrella out,
which you're supposed to be able to do.
Yeah, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. You can do it, but I don't know how it works.
I don't like the bonuses that the umbrella has as much.
Yeah, because there's no rocket pack. Or you don't like the rocket pack.
I'm still a fan of the ones where you can throw stuff, like either the slidey mines or the bombs that splat. Because I want to cover as much space as possible to get a bunch of points. So I like to be throwing a bunch of grenades and stuff as I'm like moving along.
Oh, sure.
And I especially like those ones that slide, because you can throw one in front of you and then like slide along its path, refill your ink, and then shoot another one immediately. Mm-hmm. You can like cover a bunch of ground really fast. So like some of the bonuses are like, or what are we gonna call it? The sub weapons are like, it'll let you tag people. I don't care about that. Like,
oh yeah, where they can't hide, so you know where they're at.
Yeah, I think that's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
There's the one with the rain cloud. That one's kind of cool.
Yeah, the rain cloud's all right.
Mostly I just like any kind of like the bomb weapons are the best so far.
Yeah, I like the one where you shoot all the stuff off of your back. Where you can kind of like target.
Yeah, where you can target.
Yeah, you like target a bunch of people at once, and you can kind of like just fire on one area.
That's pretty cool. And I do like the one where you like jump up in the air and then like kind of ground pound.
Yeah, you can do I think I told you before, like if you do that, you should do that while you're jumping, like where you're jumping from one character to another, and you can do like a bigger one. You know, like how you hit X and the map shows up and you want to warp to one of your players? Do that, and then as I'm like falling in, do the ground pound. Yeah, you can do it like while you're in the air. Oh, and it's bigger. That. Yeah. It's like I learned it, it's like apparently a big pro Japanese move. That's what I heard. But yeah, you can do it. You save that move for when you can warp. Yeah, you do it while you're warping, and then people don't know that you're going to do it also, because they can't see you until you land. So then you'll land and like spray it and like spread it out, so it kind of like creates a safe area for you. Because sometimes I've also noticed whenever you use that warp mode, like people know where you're going to land, and they can like snipe you as soon as you land. That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I was saying. You'll have a less chance of getting killed right when you get there. Because that's happened to me where I land and I get killed. But if you do that, it'll like kind of create a little space around you in hopes that you won't, hopefully they won't like totally kill you too quickly. But speaking of Fire Emblem stuff, apparently the Fire Emblem Warriors got a release date. Did you see that? I didn't. Because there's like a limited edition thing that you can get that has like a 3 CD soundtrack and cards of the characters and comes in a giant box. But it says 20th of October, which is weird because that's like right before Mario. Be weird that they would release it so close to each other, but there's a listing for it online that shows that. I mean, I don't think I'm not really planning on getting it just because, like Hyrule Warriors was something I got because nothing else was out at the time. But I don't know if I can get another of those type games. That's going to be ones that I would wait for it to get cheap before I get it. But yeah, apparently it showed a release date on the limited edition. But it'd be weird for it to release so quickly, so close to Mario. But yeah, it's on there. That's what it says. I saw some for like Gamescom stuff, I saw some videos, some gameplay videos that I thought looked pretty cool. There's a Monster Boy sequel thing on there. I don't know which. I'm not super familiar with the Monster Boy game, so I don't know which one it is, but I'm still happy to see it, that it exists. Yeah, more Monster Boy would be cool. That was a pretty sweet game. Yeah, even though you still haven't made it through it, right? I haven't, but it's still it occupied a void that existed on the Switch at the time. I mean, I guess Shovel Knight sort of had the 2D thing, but I had played Shovel Knight before, but I had never played Monster Boy. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm totally down with it because, you know, as I said when we did that one, I went and downloaded a bunch of shit on, you know, on the Wii Virtual Console after it came out.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might be. Apparently, it's a new game. It's an actual new game that's a sequel to the remake of Wonder Boy 3.
Oh, okay.
Is what it looks like. Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom is what it's called. An upcoming platformer and action-adventure game being developed by blah, 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 same guys. For Nintendo Switch. Spiritual successor to the Wonder Boy series.
Interesting.
So, it looks a lot like that. And some of those, it's like Wonder Boy and Monster Land, and then it was like Monster Boy and whatever. So, I'm totally into that. I think it looks great. I mean, I like those games, so I was really excited to see. It was kind of like announced in the background, I guess. I mean, or maybe it was playable, I guess, at the Gamescom. I know I watched a video with, was it Koizumi? I watched him play Super Mario Odyssey. Some more stuff from that, and they were...
Yeah, someone on Reddit was really excited because you know, Gamescom's in Germany, and he was eating a schnitzel. There's a picture of him eating a schnitzel.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, yes, Mr. Koizumi was eating a schnitzel.
I thought it was funny because, he's wearing a hat with eyes on it, and like he's looking out to a crowd of people who are all wearing hats with eyes on them. They coordinated. Like they're all wearing those red hats with the eyes on it, you know.
Maybe they've all been possessed by Mario.
Yeah, maybe. But he like threw his hat onto like a lava, like one of those little lava characters, and he became one of those and like moved through the water. I thought that looked cool. And
was there more Mario Odyssey gameplay?
Yeah, I watched him play the gameplay.
Oh, sweet.
On there. So he turns
into...
So
he inhabited one of those, like, blargs that's in the lava?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. You know, like the little fireballs that you see, like, from Mario 1.
Oh, the fireballs, okay. Not the big, like, lava monsters.
No, not like a blarg. Like, you know, the little ball that moves, that would move, like, up and down. He inhabited that, so basically, so he could swim through lava to the next part. But I thought it was cool. Oh, and they also...
Mario RPG.
He also, like, inhabited one of the Hammer Brothers. But they throw like pots instead of hammers.
Oh, it's in the kitchen world or the...
No, it was in that lava world, and you would break cheese blocks with it, with throwing it. It was the one that they demoed at Gamescom. But it was weird because they were shaking the nunchucks to throw stuff, and that's like how they were showing it being demoed. Which I thought was kind of weird. It's like, oh yeah, no, here, do this. This is me shaking my hands in front of the microphone. Can you hear it? Yeah.
Are they going to make us play with the Joy-Con separated from the...
I don't think so. But that's what I showed them playing as, like with them separate and doing the waggle, you know, the good old waggle. So.
Oh no.
Hopefully they're not making you do that. I'm sure you can do that with a button press too. Or maybe you could just shake the Pro Controller around and be like, hey, look at me, I'm throwing pans now.
You know that other than 1-2 Switch, there hasn't been a game what's been out for almost
that's been waggly
6 months now. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess
that actually like depends on the Joy-Cons for anything special.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can for ARMS, but I don't know if anybody did.
True. I guess ARMS was.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody did though. I I never played it like that. I mean, I played the demo like it a little bit, but you know, I was like, I just want to play it. I just want to play it regular. None of that.
I guess I'm taking for granted that a lot of people bought Pro Controllers, which maybe not everybody has yet.
Oh, true.
I mean, once I got a Pro Controller, that was my...
Oh, is that what you mean, like not using... Well, I mean, I meant like using them in like an emotion way.
I know, but I mean, I haven't had anything come out that I wanted to play. I guess ARMS. I never bought ARMS.
Yeah. I used the Joy-Cons like for 2-player stuff.
I guess there was snipper clips. It's only been 6 months. I mean, there's still time. But that also means that we're still early enough in the launch window that Nintendo could be, hey, you play Mario Odyssey with the 2 Joy-Cons individual.
I hope not, though.
It's incompatible with this Pro Controller. Sorry.
Yeah, that would be pretty ridiculous. There's a game, I don't know if this is Gamescom or not, but there's a game called Takeover. Or no. Yeah, The Takeover. Have you seen that? It basically looks like Streets of Rage. I'm kind of super excited about it.
You sound like it.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's just something that I saw that was coming out. I was like, oh, nice. I think it was on Steam before, but I like more old school stuff like that on there. Did you see how Laboratory started their own like mobile game branch called HAL Egg?
I didn't.
That was a thing. that came out.
So we're gonna get some Kirby mobile games.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe some
Smash Brothers Touch.
Yeah, I was gonna say some mobile Smash Brothers. That'd be terrible. But you never know. They might try to do it anyway. Might try to push it out there. I think one of the biggest like Gamescom stuff that I've seen thus far is probably the new, like the themed cars for Rocket League, which we haven't mentioned yet. But Samus has a fucking car.
Finally.
Yeah.
I was tired of her just being a rolling sphere.
Yeah, well, I mean, it basically looks like her ship. It's like the Samus gunship car. Mm-hmm. And I'm still, I don't know much about Rocket League.
Also kind of looks like her helmet.
Yeah. I don't know much about Rocket League, but that car looks slick. I do like that car a lot. Looks pretty neat. And then there's a Mario Kart and a Luigi Kart, of course. But they're all free. You don't have to pay for any of them. They're all free DLC. And I guess
cars wearing overalls.
Yeah. And I guess, since they're doing the engine where now it'll play with like Xboxes and computers and stuff like that, like any DLC stuff like that, I guess you'll only see on the Switch. And whoever you're playing against won't see it, is what I heard.
Oh, so they won't be able to see
Is the way it works. Because, it also won't tell you, what you're playing with. Like, if you're, playing against somebody who has an Xbox One or whatever, it won't say, Xbox One. It'll just say, that it's a different system, but it won't say what system it is.
It also won't say your real name. It'll make an alias up for you randomly.
Will it?
I don't know.
Is that real, or are you making that up?
What else they're going to take from the experience? There was
each other. One of the last NBC episodes, they had a guy on who developed the game, and he was talking about, the way it works, with all the cross-platform play. And that's what he said. Is that if it's a DLC specific to whatever that system is, you won't actually, if you're playing against them, you won't actually see it. You'll see a different thing. Wow. Just because that's how it works. Yeah. Weirdly, but
that's really sad.
They kind of had to go through all these different hoops, I guess, to make it like that,
I guess. The compromise being that.
Yeah.
Can you chat with each other? Can you at least message with each other?
I'm sure you can't. I'm sure you can't do that.
It's just completely impersonal.
No, I don't think you can do it. I don't think you can chat. I don't think an Xbox One person can chat with a Switch person, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah.
I don't think you can. So it doesn't really bring us together at all, basically.
It was a whole lot of Romeo and Juliet shit, man.
It was a whole lot of lies is basically what it was. They just fed us bullshit over and over again. Fuck you, Rocket League. I'm telling you that right now. Just eat it, man.
Tell them I'm buying this game.
You gave me all these dreams of greatness, and then you just destroyed it, pissed all over it. No, I'll probably.
I've always wanted to drive a car that had overalls. I mean, it's
who wouldn't?
Been a dream, but you can't show anyone your overalls.
But you know that you have them on is really what's important. You don't really need to tell anybody. You have them.
It's kind of like I've been doing for years now, where I just have overalls under my clothes. People don't know it, but I know it.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear those overalls.
I'm always wearing overalls underneath my normal clothes.
I'm gonna wear those overalls that I got with my special SNES Classic version that comes with 10 pounds of lasagna also, and it's $300. But it's totally worth it. I'm telling you. Those overalls are
You could fit several pounds of that lasagna into the pockets.
You could fit it inside of the overalls. Yeah.
No, you gotta wear the overalls.
That's what I'm saying. I'll wear them, but I'll put the lasagna in the overalls too.
Oh, so it'll be like a cushion.
Yeah, it'll be like me and in the overalls, but the lasagna in there too. And I'm just gonna walk around and just feel it slush around my legs.
The tomato sauce, the ricotta, the noodles, the denim, denim.
For sure. Yes. So I don't know if there's anything else that I found on there that might be. Is there any other news that you know of from this week that we missed?
I mean, there's speculations about release dates of things, like you were saying,
or the Fire Emblem thing.
Well, supposedly maybe Sonic Forces is gonna come out in November.
Oh yeah,
Switch.
Yeah, because they're trying to plan out the next. What's basically gonna happen through the rest of the year for the Switch.
Yeah, so that was one big thing. I mean, we talk about Sonic a lot, but we've never really talked about that one.
Well,
it's a completely different thing.
I mean, we talked about how you can make your own person on there, so that makes it day one purchase for me. Because you just can't make your own avatar for any game anymore nowadays. I mean, it just doesn't happen.
I guess on Amazon UK, the Skyrim Switch release was listed as October 23rd.
Oh, I thought it was November. I thought they gave it a date.
No, they haven't
give it a date
yet.
I thought I got a date.
No, it hasn't been given a date yet.
I mean, yeah. I thought it was November.
I didn't think it had a date yet. I think they were just talking about it more.
Yeah. I thought there was like no, it has a date. No, that's not it. Never mind. That's a different date. I thought that there was like a trailer that put an actual date on it.
Oh, there's a Vo's demo on the Japanese eShop if you have a Japanese account set up on your Switch.
Yeah, you can demo some Voes.
Which I haven't played that yet, so I'm going to try it.
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Supposedly there's an update coming for that game where you're going to get more songs.
It's no whatever the fuck that YouTube thing was that I got. It's not that. Nico.
Do you still use that a lot?
No, I don't use it at all. But if you want to watch like some anime stuff in Japanese, you could totally do it.
You didn't find any way to give it English subtitles or anything?
No, I mean, well, it's all in Japanese. I guess I didn't really look at it. I just kind of like, I was like, oh, it works, cool. So I did it like that. But if there's nothing else, we can put a pin in it, call it a day here.
Sounds good, man.
Yeah, cool. All right, well, thanks for listening to us. This is episode 84 still, right? Still episode 84. It hasn't changed to 85 yet. All right, thank you for listening to NinteNDomain. This has been episode 84. We are your hosts. I'm Trey.
And I'm Jeremy.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Sure does.
Domain.
Sure does.
You can find our podcast on iTunes, NinteNDomain Podcast. You can find us at NinteNDomainPodcast.com. And I've been lying to you all these previous episodes. Our YouTube channel is not YouTube/NinteNDomain. So sorry about that.
It's still Fingmater, right?
It's still YouTube.com/Fingmater because we don't have enough subscribers to change it. So if you guys want us to change it to NinteNDomain Podcast, subscribe to our videos and all that stuff. But we have gameplay videos of us doing stuff, and if you like hearing us talk, you can hear us talk singularly, and we'll talk about sun stuff and eclipses and all that on there.
I'd say the best way to find us on YouTube is to go to our website, and that links to our YouTube account.
That's true. Or you can just Google NinteNDomain Podcast, and it'll bring up our stuff right at the beginning. So you can do that. Anyway, if you like the show, leave us a review, check out the videos, send us an email, send us some hate mail, whatever you want to do. We like to hear from you. And you can tweet at us, Ninten_domain, and find that as well. And find all my angry Sonic tweets about #WaterFreeSonic are on there.
And find us on Instagram.
Yeah, and we're on Instagram too. We're everywhere. We're all over the place. No matter where you're looking,
we started doing
there.
Vine videos finally.
Oh man, I'd never been on Vine before ever. But
5-second games.
But somehow we're there. We were. I was never even there, but I'm there now. Anyway, thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Well, we'll see you in 2 weeks, but you'll get a cool episode instead.
Yeah, say hi to Jeremy from the past for me.
Yeah, say hi to our characters that are from a different time, which we won't say when it was.
I guess they could be the future.
You could try to figure it out. Yeah, it might be from the future. We might be all like happy about Switch 3000 and how great it is. Anyway, see you next time.
Later. This week on NinteNDomain, I'm the one who says the intro instead of Trey.
What? We didn't talk about that.